I'm excited to talk to you guys because, and I will get boos from the crowd and I cannot wait, I have never seen an episode of One Piece. Boo me. Boo me. Do it. Boo me. Ha.
Get him out of here.
Woo. I love it. Great. Excuse me, sir. Oh my goodness. Everyone, please. A round of applause for Erica Schroeder and Michele Knotz. Oh my goodness, I've been caught off guard. Hello, welcome, have a seat.
Sorry we're a little bit late. We had people at our table.
Oh my goodness. Raise your hand if you've been to their table so far.
Cheat them of their time.
Well, if you haven't been yet, you can go right after this panel. Right. How you guys doing?
How you doing? Good,
Oh,
good.
Woo. I was getting nervous. I was like, they forgot me.
No.
I was like, we left them hanging.
No, we're fine, we're doing all right. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
How are we feeling?
Doing?
It's Sunday. How's that? It's been a long week. Yeah. That's,
Sleepy.
that's normally the energy at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys brought water. I'm taking yours. Ooh. I have yoink. Thief in the night.
Who's that?
Sunday
Oh my goodness,
morning
where did this come from? Is there a waterbender in here? Oh my goodness. Money will fall from the sky. Oh, nah. Oh my goodness. Welcome. How are you guys enjoying the con? Have you guys been to a Too Many Games?
Good, you guys are
before?
awesome.
Yeah?
Yes, woo.
Have you been to this lovely area we call outside Philadelphia before?
Yes.
Okay. Potholes.
outside Philly.
Yeah. Great. I think Greater Philadelphia Expo Center is the full legal name of it. So the Greater, yeah. All right, well, welcome. We are going to have fun. Like I said earlier, we're going to just chat a little bit. I got a couple questions here. Then about halfway through, maybe 15, 20 minutes, we'll open it up to Q&A and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get started. I'm excited to talk to you guys because, and I will get boos from the crowd and I cannot wait, I have never seen an episode of One Piece. Boo me. Boo me. Do it. Boo me. Ha.
Get him out of here.
Woo. I love it. Great. Excuse me, sir.
I love that guy.
I don't love that guy or the Five Guys shirts or anything like that. I don't appreciate any of it. Oh my goodness. I completely lost my train of thought now. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I'm more of a Pokemon fan personally myself. I mean, yeah, see there, I want them back. We're winning them back and everything.
Peeps.
You're in luck. We're in both.
Yeah, right? It's great. I'm getting Uno reverse cards from the audience right now. It's crazy. We haven't even gotten to you guys yet.
It's like, okay, he redeemed himself.
I
It's
did
all
it.
right.
Oh my God. Had him in the first half, not gonna lie. I lost water, I got the water back. Oh my goodness. So I guess my first question is then, because we are at Too Many Games, what's the experience like on a video game versus the characters that you've portrayed in animation or in a different medium? What are those sessions like?
That's interesting because like they don't dub the One Piece games, but they do with like some of the Pokemon games.
Yeah. So video games in general are done totally different, right? Than a dub. So dubbing, we have the 3 beeps, right? Beep, 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 talk. We talk on the 4th beat. It's very timed out. We get to see what's going on. With video games, we don't pay attention to this. I mean, maybe you do. I don't. There's usually like a time code on the right-hand side that says like 0.33 seconds for this cue.
Yeah.
If we were paying attention to that, we would be like time focused instead of like acting focused. But in general, with video games, you get to do 3 takes. Right? Usually 3 takes, and then the director, if you got it in those 3 takes, they'll be like, B, Sometimes they'll like put the talk back on so you can hear what choice they made, and sometimes they don't, so you have no idea which choice they made. And then if they are not sold on A, B, or C, then you get more direction, Hey, can we have one more like B, but be more assertive and aggressive? Those kinds of notes. And then we can either do 2 more, a D and an E, or, just 1, whatever they request. And basically that's the way it's done. We kind of build on the direction. Now that's if it's dubbed, right? Still same thing, but not to picture. But then also if we're doing like a storyline, like a cutscene, that's a different experience too. What about you, Michelle?
Yeah, I noticed that because sometimes working in like anime, you'll go from like start to finish. Like you start at the beginning and then go at the end. But like the games that I worked on will usually do like the dialogue and the cutscenes first, especially if it's like a fighting game.
Yeah.
Because they leave like the reactions for the end, so you're not like killing your voice by the end, going yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So I noticed like that's kind of like a big difference between like working on a show and working on a video game.
That's true. Yeah.
They'll go out of order, like in a video game, like where things fall in the timeline in the video game. But like working on a show, you just start in the beginning and go to the end. So
That
from
is
start
true.
to finish.
It's harder to track the storyline. You need the director for, for both so very much.
You're saying A and B. It's like algebra homework to me right now. I'm like, I
I
couldn't.
don't know how they keep track of it, to be honest.
I
Like,
do- yeah.
because sometimes it's like you get up to like Q, and you're like, my God, did you
running
hire
out
the
of
right
alphabet.
I
person?
didn't know what C sounded
Maybe you should have
like.
hired yourself. Maybe you want to direct.
We need a different alphabet, quick. So what would you say the percentage is versus like, is it more reaction than cutscene based when you're recording for a game specifically? More
I think it depends
grunts?
if it's like if it's like
Yeah.
a Street Fighter versus
totally
like
depends.
Persona
That's
or
actually, I
something.
think, just grunts
It's
all the way
ju-
through
yeah,
Street
yeah,
Fighter.
yeah.
All the
cues,
cutscenes are
yeah.
grunts and everything.
Yeah.
Overall, I'd say probably the cues tend to skew shorter. But yeah, like in Pathfinder, that was like really long descriptive paragraphs.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So like each game has its own kind of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if there's like narration to it in the beginning. There's like a
Yeah.
big, huge cutscene.
the beginning.
Here's a mountain and here's the sky. And they're describing the whole entire existence of this planet or something. So
And it's crazy when you're doing a game that is like involved with a character that you portray in the animation as opposed to a game that has nothing to do with it. Like we both done tons of both. I've done over 70 games, but it's interesting. Sometimes we'll play like, 3 tiny little creatures in something, and then something else where like the lead role. It's like a lot of us without like ego issues will just we love to be hired. We love to be asked. And so it's not like we're going to turn it down because it's not a big enough part. You learn pretty quickly when your ego is too big too soon, like you're not going to work. You have to be enjoyable to work with and have fun and, be someone that they want to spend 3 hours with. It's part of the thing, and part of that is like being a mirror to the energy in the room, right?
So for those aspiring, don't have an ego.
Yeah, I always say
Be humble.
check your ego at the
Sit
door.
down.
It has no place in the room,
Out.
really. I mean, yeah.
Hang on, my notes. Hey, what?
Why do these iPhones keep shutting down on us?
The screen and everything. My girlfriend told me to write it down on paper, and I didn't listen. All right, it's on me. The thing. So last year, I was lucky enough to talk to Roger Craig Smith, the voice actor of Sonic the Hedgehog,
Nice.
Ezio Auditore, Ezio for us Italians. Whoop whoop. Anyway. And we talked a lot about the additional voice work. Now, I was curious with Pokemon. You guys are what, like half a Pokedex, basically, or something like that?
I think between the two of us.
Right? Is that how that works? Is that how that came about? Like just the additional, like, all right, this is what that looks like. This is what it's called. Find the character, find the creature,
Are
I
we allowed
guess.
to talk about what we're doing with Horizons or no?
I don't know how much we can talk about, but I will say, like, she and I are two of the, maybe there's maybe like 5 or 10 of us that are kind of known for being good at creature work.
Yeah.
So we do tend to get more of that work than other actors.
That's a good thing. I think.
Right. I mean, if we're good at, being, impersonating certain animals and now objects, what does a vanilla ice cream cone
Right,
sound
that's what I was
like?
just thinking of, the ice cream cone.
Right?
It
Why?
sounds delicious. That's what it sounds like.
Garboder was fun because
That's
I
a
was
little
like,
weird.
yeah.
Here's
But
a
yeah,
pile of garbage. Go ahead.
that one was fun because I was like, oh, okay, he hates his own smell, so he's just gonna retch all the time. So if you listen closely, Garboder is actually vomiting while he talks.
Was that method acting for that?
Right.
No.
Yeah,
or was it like
I was just, let's not
So you're
put
a pile of
deodorant on
trash.
this morning. I'm just
you
kidding.
get a bunch of like blue cheese or something? I don't know, and just
Piece of crust.
in the character. Oh my goodness. So then something I was thinking about, and again, my girlfriend will attest to this. I was scratching my head. I was like, is it more or less difficult when the character or creature only says one thing? Because you have to
discerning.
to stretch that
Right.
word, like you have to make it mean so much.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work for you
I mean,
guys
I don't
in
know
your
if
approach?
it's more or less difficult, but like I think Michelle and I work very similarly in certain ways. It's like the emotional life of the character, right?
Right.
That is equally important, if not more important, when you're voicing a Pokemon, but also word replacement. Like, we're picking words in our head that we're actually saying. So, you know, if a kid comes up and, you know, we should make up a Pokemon. Let's just make up a Pokemon.
Water bottle guy.
Wawabo? Wawabo. So if Wawabo, if you want to say goodbye to Wawabo, you know, you'd have to say goodbye first. Like, goodbye, right? Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
See how it feels? Now just replace it with Wawabo. Wawabo, right? But obviously, whatever the voice we decide Wawabo is, and that sounds simple, but sometimes it's like we have 25 different mouth movements, and then we're like, compute, you know? It's like,
I always watch that. I'm like, can I watch that again to see how many flaps there are?
Yeah.
And then there's like 7 flaps. I'm like, okay, how do I split up this name?
Yeah.
Because it's like Piplup. It's Pip, Lub, 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 Lub. Like,
Yeah. And what's better for the moment? What's better for the flap? What's better for the emotional life? So it's a lot of technical stuff that we think about, and then also the emotional stuff, like the other characters. We have to have that same thing inside of there. But yeah,
it's like happy, sad,
crying,
what
other stuff?
Eating.
What other? Yeah.
What's tough for you? You know what's tough for me is eating for some reason.
Eating's really hard for me too. Yeah.
But for like Lisa, it's so easy. She does it so easy. I'm like, how do you do this?
If Wawabo was eating, Wawabo was eating.
Where did you come up with this? That's
the water
awesome.
bottle. He was like, wow. You know,
Wobbuffet. Pretty close. Oh, wait a minute.
You need to patent that so they don't steal it. Like copyright.
Have they done that yet?
Now.
That's the better question. Have they done it yet? I mean, there's what, 18,000 now at this point, something like that, 700.
There's like over 1,000, I think.
What would it evolve into? Like a gallon of water or like a carton? Like what's next? Like I think like a gallon bottle, whatever.
That would be the next evolution.
Yeah, a gallon.
Galagon. Galagon.
Then just like a fire truck.
Galagon, take me away.
Any artists in the audience? Someone get on that. Someone start. I need fan art by the end of the day, okay?
Wait, I got my art pad right here.
Yeah, we'll get sketching. Go to the booth afterwards, and she can voice the character.
Galagon is empty and cries all the time.
Oh my goodness.
There's no low-level Galagon.
This got dark.
A lot.
Oh my goodness. Is he recyclable? We could spend the entire rest of the panel talking about this hypothetical, or even just does the ice cream Pokemon actually, do they use it for ice cream, you know? There's always these questions we could ask. Well, I guess I will say this too. I was curious in terms of lines. What's the weirdest line, in your opinion, that you've ever had to deliver? Especially in this weird world of, you know, saying the name of an animal or just anime in general, like, what would you have to say?
I was thinking of fun stuff that
I
get to say, because in one of the scripts, I thought it was really cool. Well, this is not One Piece, but
it could be whatever you want.
So James Carter Cathcart was writing the scripts for Pokemon, and it was really cool that he had references that I understood. So it was, I think it was fish cakes. And he did it to like the tune of Fish Heads. Do you guys know Fish Heads? Roly-poly fish heads. Fish heads, eat them up, yum. And I'm like, oh wait, I know that reference. It feels like a Captain America moment when I was like, I understood that reference. So that was really fun. Like one of my favorite lines is if it's not on a plate, it can wait. That I love. That's like my favorite line that like Jesse says. But
I love that. I have a couple of fun ones. I mean, yelling meat for a long period of time is always fun. And then I actually had to say, I kid you not, I remember I had to say, next time I'll wet my fist so it'll go right through you. I remember saying that.
It will.
I remember saying that line and being like,
it's more
questionable, right? I mean, I was seeing it on the page and like, I really have to say, you really want me to say this? They were like, yes. I was like, okay.
You just pour some Wabba Bobble on your hand. What's the way? I already lost the name. I'm calling it something different already. Wababo. There you go.
It sounds like Bobobo, Bobobo.
Bobobo. We understood that reference. We understood that reference. So
Captain America, man.
My son calls, when he was little, my son called a beer my mom opened the refrigerator. She was visiting us, and he pointed to the beer on the shelf, and he goes, "Dada Wawa." Dada Wawa, because he saw my husband drinking the beer all the time, and I was like, "Are you paying attention to what your son is saying?"
That's how you know it's time to make an adjustment. No, I'm joking. Oh my God. Now I'm like, will Pokemon ever make a beer Pokemon?
That's probably not gonna happen.
Right? Would that be
Root beer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, that's true.
It's a root beer.
They're 11 forever. That's correct. And all the adults look the same, and it makes sense to us.
That's
And
true.
we love
And
it.
is Nurse Joy a Pokemon?
You can't be doing conspiracy theories.
Yes?
Right? Oh, someone said yes. We have a.
How many
raise
people
your hand if you
think Nurse
think
Joy
yes.
is a Pokemon?
Raise your hand, yes.
I personally love
I see a
this
Keyblade.
theory.
I'll take that as a 2 yes. Yeah. All right, not a Pokemon.
That's a role we have in common.
All right, a lot of
Isn't
people
that fun?
didn't. Oh, we have a nurse. Oh, well, there's enough Nurse Joy in the world. You think they would, just once, like, all right, here you go.
Right?
You can be that one in that region. You
They
can be that
all
one in
look
that
the
region.
same. Why? Are they clones?
Exactly.
They're sisters or cousins or
Yeah,
something.
it works. Saves on the animation. Let's be honest. It worked. And also, I guess, saying the name of the Pokemon. Hey, anyway, we're not going to talk about cost-saving measures here. Anyway, a fun question I thought of instantly that I really want to ask, and I have fun asking voice actors, is always, if you could say one thing in your character's voice, any character whatsoever, wherever you want to choose, as simple as oh, hey, look, the One Piece, or a Pokemon just being able to be like, hello, or something like that, What's the one thing you wish you could say in any character that you've ever been able to portray? Free range, go ahead. We're all friends here. Let's have fun.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
If it's not on a plate, it can wait. No. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
That's a good question.
Maybe Akiza would profess her love for Yusei.
About?
Ooh.
That would be really. I think the fans would really, really appreciate that because they've been waiting for that moment. How many people are Akiza Yusei shippers in here? Face shippers.
Oh, they're all hiding.
Right?
Oh, in the back, we got a couple.
Everyone
There we
is
go.
just like
filled
wanting
in
that to
there?
happen. So I think it would probably be like some sort of love poem from Akiza.
You're just
to
doing it
Yusei.
for the fans. That's the kind of person
I really
you
would
are.
ship
yeah.
them too, honestly. There are certain characters that I see together, that I see. There's like a deep relationship, you know what I mean? And I think for those two that I think they would make a good couple, don't you?
Yay.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can't think of anything. I don't know.
Maybe like if Piplup could say how he really feels about Ash, maybe.
Ooh. Like slap him a little bit.
Stay away from her.
Stay away from her.
Leave her alone. Oh my God. That'd be funny.
You just want to have a conversation with yourself with like 17 Pokemon and Jesse.
Be like, all right,
That would be fun.
how do we break out of these Pokeballs and go back to the wilderness? I'm getting tired of all these battles and stuff. I'm tired of all this servitude. It's child,
I'm tired of
these,
this servitude.
all these pocket monsters and whatnot. Okay.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But treat them with respect while you're doing that. I would hope, right? No.
They love
Okay,
it.
no.
Come on, they want to get in the Pokeball. Haven't you ever seen
They love-
Jolteon's eyes? Must enter Pokeball.
I never.
Cozy.
Yeah. Well, your electricity.
Yeah,
anyway.
it does look like the den of like I Dream of Jeannie in there. You know what I mean?
Yes. They don't know what
bottle,
that is.
the bottle.
I understood.
That's an
I'm on
old
your
reference
side.
for us
he
too.
understood that reference.
Reruns.
I understood. I'm good. I used to watch Three Stooges with my dad growing up, like for hours and hours. Oh my goodness. All
All right, I got a two-parter.
You can do a two-parter. We have time right now. I'll give you that.
Chansey gets its medical license. Does it evolve into a Nurse Joy? Is that how it works?
Oh my goodness, that's another.
What do you
fan
say?
theory.
Does she have a medical license?
If
Right-
it
right up
like if
close
it
to the
goes to
microphone.
medical school and it gets its medical degree, then it evolves into a Nurse Joy, right?
Oh, is that
Chansey.
the fan theory?
Yeah.
Oh, so if Chansey gets a medical degree, so if they send Pokemon to medical school, they come out as Nurse Joy.
Right. Specifically Chansey.
He just solved it.
I love that
Yeah, there you go.
idea.
Honestly, I think
Fully
that's worse than them all just being
evolved
sisters.
That's
Right.
spectacular.
All right.
That's
And also, what's directorial question. When you're working on video games versus anime and everything, is there like a major directorial difference between like American or European or Japanese directors?
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think like I'm just gonna actually talk about Chinese direction actually, because we work on a lot of different. I would say Chinese directors are very particular about the establishing the voice ahead of time. Like there's just a ritual of like. Usually, this might not be all the time, but I've worked on it enough that where it's like they want the voice to be almost identical to the inspiration. So like obviously when you're trying to do a voice match from a different language, right? You kind of listen and you talk along as you're learning. So let's say it's French, I'm French, so I can do this, I can make fun of myself. You hear the character and she's like this vixen or something. I don't have the words in front of me, but I can like mimic what this person's doing. Yeah. And then suddenly, once I become myself, I've already done the voice match part by listening and mimicking syllables because I don't have those words in that language. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I answered your question, but it's so different for each country, their rituals and stuff. I'm going to be working with a Polish client next week. I'm very excited. Can't say what it's on, but it's always a different experience. And sometimes the client is on from that. So we have to work in the morning because it's like the time difference in Poland. It's very different.
Yeah.
What about you, my dear?
Even like working with people in California.
Yeah.
Because it's like 3 hours.
That's the most common thing for you and I,
but
probably.
Sometimes, they'll have like the client there, and they don't speak English, so they usually have a translator with them, and then the translator, and they have to talk to the director, and the director talks to us. So it's like this playing telephone.
Whisper down the lane.
It's a little bit of telephone, definitely.
It's kind of like telephone. So, but. Obviously, when you're recording and there's a client there, you want to be very respectful and, not say anything weird.
Yeah.
And then start saying all the weird noises.
It is
and then
always fun to try out, like, a curse word now and then, just to see how the client reacts, you know what I mean? And you can tell if they like it or not. It's sort of like that mirroring, like mirror the energy in the room. If they're, like, very talkative and chatty and having fun, then you should be talkative and chatty. Don't be like... Time to move on to the next cue because I'm a Girl Scout.
Next question.
You know what I mean? And the opposite. If they're like cue to cue and they're keeping it real serious, keep your sense of humor in your back pocket and wait, So people don't realize a lot of like working frequently is being a mirror to the energy in the room and understanding it, not overstepping their boundaries, not, telling a 5-minute story in the middle of a 1-hour session. Yeah.
Right.
If they want to tell a 5-minute story, we work with certain people who love to talk. And then if they, they usually want you to talk too. And they'll do what's called like pad the time. Because listen, if you had to sit in a room for 8 to 10, 12 hours a day and just complete task, you'd go a little crazy. Sometimes you're like, okay, these 2 people, I'm gonna give an extra half hour. I'm not gonna tell them, but I wanna talk to these 2 people today. I know that directors do that. I know they do that. They have to for their sanity.
Thank you.
Great question.
This is kind of like 2 kind of questions. Like, who's your favorite One Piece character, or like, who's your favorite Pokemon?
Ooh, you want to go first?
No, you go
Carina's my favorite. No. That I didn't voice.
It's hard, right?
A One Piece character that I didn't voice. It's hard to choose. I do love Nami. I love Nami a lot. She was good friends with Carina, and I just like that. I wish Carina could come back because like. Nami and Carina, they had that friendship and they fought, it was kind of a little hazy there, but I think they worked it out in the end, and I'd love it if she could come back, would be really cool. My favorite Pokemon is Piplup, which is awesome. I love water types. I'm a Scorpio, which is a water sign, and I love the beach, I love water, and I love penguins, they're so cute. Agua.
That is fun. You just helped me because I'm going to answer in water type. But if I'm not allowed
Sobble.
to, yeah, I'm gonna say Sobble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did love. So certain Pokemon Michelle and I will have to audition for, certain, and then occasionally they will give you a Pokemon if they know your capabilities. Like frequently Lisa will be like, is this Michelle or Erica? Michelle or Erica? And then she'll kind of ask us, she'll text us like, what do you think about, how do you feel about this? And I'll be like, oh, that's Michelle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you get those same things sometimes. But so I love Sobble. So, sweet and sensitive and cute. And as far as One Piece, if I'm not allowed to answer my own character at one point, I'm going to say Chopper.
Just cute.
Yeah, I love Chopper for many, many reasons. One of them is I love Lisa, and Lisa was the OG Chopper. And I love Brina too. I've gotten to know so many of the Crunchyroll cast members, and they're dear friends of ours too. It's like our communities really got closer during COVID. The LA community, the Texas community, and the New York community, because we're New York community, but we both work in Texas and LA as well. But that really crossed over a lot during the pandemic. So our three cities, we bonded, yeah. Thank you, great question.
Thank you.
I never thought about the Pokemon battle to become the voice of a Pokemon before, between you guys and the 5 other people that voice every other Pokemon.
I'm sure she's had to battle herself a few times.
Yeah.
I have
Oh my
too.
I got 2 questions for you specifically, Erica. My first one is, okay, when 4Kids dropped One Piece, did you basically thought, okay, time to move on to the next show, and then Funimation took over and it's still doing its dub to this day. When Funimation took over and you saw One Piece was still going after 4Kids dropped it, were you kind of thinking, oh my goodness, this is something else?
I always thought it was something else. I always thought it was something pretty incredible. But I think, like you said, they dropped it because I think both parties felt the tension of how do we continue doing this when it's going more and more in the adult direction. It's continuing, right? But even getting more dark, right? And them saying, well, we don't want to keep doing that to that. There has to be a limit to it. You know what I mean?
Let's face it, One Piece is just simply an anime you cannot censor.
Yeah, I mean, they did, and they did it in a very creative way. And it's fun because going to these conventions, if it's taught me anything, it's that the 4Kids version was a gateway for hundreds of thousands of people because I meet so many and they're like, you were my first, or that was my first, and I loved it. And then I picked it up and I also loved Crunchyroll. You'd be shocked at how many people watched both and loved both because they didn't start in their 20s or 30s. They were watching Saturday morning cartoons. And, my fan base started, between age 5 and 13, and now here we are 22 years later. You can guess their age, and those people are coming to me and they're saying, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like, they weren't one of those people on the early internet complaining about it. Occasionally someone's like, oh, I didn't really care for that. And or they'll be like, it's the most hilarious thing to look back on and be like, oh, that was what was changed, or that was what was changed. Because none of it was done to hurt anybody. And most people recognize that and appreciate the campiness and the fun of the original version. In English, I should say.
Okay, my second question is, since you said you really like Sobble from Pokemon, okay, I really got to ask, how do you feel basically starts off as cute little crybaby lizard to basically emo teenager?
We had so much fun. I love the fact that you used the word emo because that's exactly...
I'm not wrong.
You're completely 100% correct because that is what the director, Lisa Ortiz, was saying to me. You are emo teenager. That's exactly what we did. And we were honestly cracking up. Like, I would say I have not laughed that hard in session. Like, we would do a cue and I'd be like, I can't even believe that this character exists. I was channeling various teenagers in my own life at different times, but yeah.
Can I follow up? Yeah, how do you feel with that since you have 2 kids? And they're like teenagers now, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who taught me what emo actually was. I was like, what is that, Yeah,
Parents just don't understand.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like I said, I borrowed from little parts of different teenagers in my life. Yeah. Great question.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
So
nice
I
to
wanted
see you
to
again.
quickly thank you, Erica, for your uncle advice you gave me during the Sonic panel
you're
yesterday. That meant a
welcome.
lot to me. So my real question is for each of you, was there a specific season of Pokemon that you each liked working on the most?
Well, for me personally, season 2.
Look at this guy.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Keep trying to drink Wawa Boy. Sorry, I can't do it.
Oh, that's the sentient one? That's the.
Sun and Moon is my favorite. I love Sun and Moon. I got to voice Beware and Stuffle, and they were hilarious. I think Team Rocket was the funniest during that season, and Carter just went with all the crazy jokes, and it was hilarious. The Malasada truck. They were like, they had a food truck. It was great. Sun and Moon, hands down, was my absolute favorite. And I think it was Carter's favorite to work on, too.
And it was mine, too.
Was that yours, baby?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just too much fun. Ridiculous.
It was so silly and funny, and I loved it.
It was
I
really,
made me
really
laugh.
special. Very special. That's a
Great
great question. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
Okay, so simple question. If your characters from One Piece had a main Pokemon on their team,
Yeah, let's
which
go.
would it be?
Oh my goodness. What is the most rubber-like Pokemon? Who? Come on, someone's got to know this answer.
Ditto.
Does anybody know?
Ditto.
Oh, Ditto.
Ditto would work. Ditto would work pretty well, yeah.
Oh, that would be great because then I could have so many scenes with myself.
I was thinking with Ditto's face, with his face.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Thank you, Michelle.
That would be so good.
Definitely Luffy and Ditto for sure.
Ditto, yeah, that would be cool. Karina sings. Meloetta, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Meloetta, because in the
would be
beginning,
fun.
Keith Silverstein. I was like, why isn't he here? He
I know, why
he
isn't
voices
he
Tessero, and I'm like, I'm in the movie with him. I'm like, why is he not in this panel? We do
Can
like
you
a song in the
impersonate
beginning.
Keith for a moment? Sorry.
Hello, I am Keith. Nice to meet you. My name is Keith. I'm Silver the Hedgehog. Right? Yeah, right. Yeah. He's in the next panel. I'm in the Genshin Impact
Yeah,
panel
be the
after this.
alligator.
So I'm like, I gotta look at my next notes.
Ask him that. Yeah, ask him.
I'll be
what
like,
Tesoro-
I'll ask him why he wasn't at the last panel.
Why
That's
were
what
you
I
here for that?
Why weren't you here earlier?
Meloetta. I said either like Meloetta or maybe Chat Hot, because Chat Hot has a little like music note.
Jigglypuff sings.
Jigglypuff. Oh, okay, that was 3.
Hang on
so
a minute.
Karina could have Jigglypuff, Chat Hot, or Meloetta, I think.
What about Doug
Because she's
Trio?
a singer.
A Lowland Doug Trio.
He looks like he can sing. Like hair
They
metal
do. They
band.
sing.
It's the
They're
little
funny.
Hanson boys, right? Bop.
All right, so Karina's got like 3, so now you got to just figure it out.
Oh.
It's technically a team of
Ditto,
I'll
six.
allow you to have a shiny Ditto so that we have a second Ditto, but like
Yeah, just 3 dittos. There you go. They
What
can be
else?
anything.
Who else would be good on my team? I'm trying to think of skills. Skills-based, guys. Probably Charizard. Come on. I need a Charizard.
Who does?
Everyone needs
I
a
could see
dragon.
Luffy like flying around with Charizard. Like,
Yeah,
flying
I'm
around.
trying to think.
Just punching from the
Well, let's
sky.
let the audience choose the third one. Who?
Rhydon?
Apom be
Sharpedo.
good.
Apom?
Apom we got.
Monkey D. Luffy. Apom.
Oh, wow. Here we are.
the 3 monkeys
Thank
from
you.
Black
Good
and
night.
White.
Hey, let's go.
We'll be here all week. And
Thanks, Keith.
Oh, Lapras.
I'm working on it.
Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, Lapras would be the third ship.
Fan art, get on this right now. We need it at their booth
That was
later.
the most fun question ever, by the way.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Applause for the question.
Great question.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
Me too.
So I don't have a question, but I did make fan art of Wababo in this time.
Wait, what?
What is it?
Are
Here,
you
I'll-
serious right now?
What is it?
I've
made
designed
fan art, like,
Wababo.
right-
Oh, are these the Wababo?
Yeah, it's Wababo.
Wow.
Oh,
that
I wish
was-
we had a camera because this is the cutest thing I've
Wait,
ever
I don't-
seen.
I know it's on the stream. I don't
guys,
know if we
wait.
can hold it up, but we have.
They don't have
maybe
the
on the
close-ups
stream.
for us today.
Wow, Now we just have to figure out how we spell his name.
You can't see all the details. It's so freaking cute. Oh.
I'm gonna take a picture of that and then we can.
I love it.
Now we have to do a short on Wobblebo. 2-minute short, and you can illustrate it. Beautiful work.
Animator, get
That's
me.
amazing.
It's okay. Here, can I take a picture of
ask
that?
and
Okay?
you shall receive.
Yeah.
That's.
Well,
Well, what? Okay, so I think we'd have to put
I'll
water.
act it out.
Let's put water in our mouth. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't choke. I do love to put water in my mouth when the character is like going underwater. I've been doing that for years. I'll be
guys
like,
are
wait a minute,
awesome.
I've got to prepare.
I can't believe that was so cool.
I have a
Just drew that.
I have a question for all three of you.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Oh, as myself as Keith.
Yeah.
I will
Of course,
happily
yeah.
answer.
If you could be any home-baked good, which one would you be?
Any home-baked good.
Oh, baby, I'd be hot cinnamon buns. I have no idea.
A home-baked good. Banana
trying to
bread?
think of-
I don't know.
Ooh, banana bread's good. See, I like
Marshmallows.
pumpkin bread,
Something like that,
pumpkin bread,
right?
banana bread.
Some
Pumpkin
kind of
bread's
bread.
Good.
My last name is Panera, so it's gotta be some kind of bread.
Oh my God.
Panara.
actually.
You're-
Well, we wouldn't want to be tempted by eliminating ourselves by eating ourselves, so it'd have to be something I don't like.
How do Pokemon
I'm trying
not
to think
do
of
that?
dessert I don't like.
How does the ice cream Pokemon not eat itself?
What's the worst dessert? Like, what's the one where you see on the buffet, you're like, I'm never going to touch that.
Swedish fish.
Oh, I like oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal cookies are great. What are you talking about?
She's like,
they are
raisins,
underrated and
raisins,
underappreciated.
raisins.
Myself as Keith will take a stand here today.
The worst is like, everyone knows it's the pound cake. What's the one, the Christmas one?
Fruitcake?
Fruitcake.
Fruitcake.
I'd be a
Yeah,
fruitcake
that's
because I'd
not
be
good.
preserved for life.
That's something they should
they're
never
just
turn to a
animals
Pokemon.
in
I'd look like this after year 92. Because I'd have Botox.
You have thrown this panel into complete chaos with your question. I hope you realize.
I'm sorry.
We're going to. I'm joking.
Own it.
He's
It's
just
good
waiting.
chaos.
He's
Thank
just
you.
waiting for us to tell him his voice is amazing.
Your voice
is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Holy
I-
cow.
Yeah,
I
your voice
appreciate
is
that a lot. Thank you.
Come on
Can
down.
you do, wait. Can you do
I
me a
want you to be
favor?
in Sweeney Todd.
Wait.
What?
Can you say in a world?
In a world.
Yeah. Where Pokemon are water
He's
bottles.
a basso profundo.
All right, it's your turn now.
That was
Yeah, it's your
awesome.
turn.
All right,
Thank you.
the second five guy, shirt guy here. So this is a very really cool and silly question. I got a kiss, marry, kill for all three of you. Monkey D. Luffy, Goku, or Onyx.
What?
Luffy,
Wow.
Luffy, Onyx, or Goku?
Yeah, if you could kiss, marry, kill each one of them, who would you kiss, who would you
You
kill, and who would you
playing
marry?
this game.
You could what one of them?
I don't think
Kiss,
I could
marry,
kill Goku.
kill.
Kiss, marry,
never played
kill.
this?
Nah, I'd
No, I've
Three
never heard of
characters. You say,
this.
who would you want to kiss, marry, or kill?
Yeah,
Oh
so,
my God.
Two
So-
actual people and one giant rock snake.
What's the third one? I'm not even sure I know who that third one is.
Onyx
Dragon
from
Ball,
Pokemon.
Goku.
Onyx is from.
Pokemon, yeah.
Onyx,
I should know
Onyx is the
that.
Brock's. Brock's
Oh.
Pokemon, big rock.
The giant
Okay.
rock snake.
Let's answer this together.
It's also not a human, so you can totally kill it. That's totally
Marry, kill. I definitely am going to keep Luffy alive.
I mean,
Luffy's not
kinda
dying.
Young, right? He's just a kid.
I don't know if we can marry.
You can't do
That's
any-
kind of weird.
That's a little bit
fine. All
pervy.
three options are illegal with him. That's wrong, yeah.
Can you just like kiss Luffy on the forehead?
Yes,
Like,
I'd kiss
yeah.
because he's
Luffy
just
on the
a kid.
forehead.
That's kind of weird.
How about you give him a hug?
Sean and I are gonna war now. No, Sean and I are good friends. But maybe I'd have to kill Goku. I have to kill Goku.
Everybody's been asking
So
that
you're
for
gonna
years.
marry Onyx?
I'm gonna marry Onyx because they're pretty stoic.
Because
And we'd have no arguments. I'd be like, you have anything to say? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Onyx. That's what it would say.
Yeah.
Because that's all it can say.
Yeah, I could interpret what it was saying. You're the best. You're incredible. You're beautiful.
You're right, honey.
Sexy
I love you.
baby.
Thank you.
I love you.
Whatever you say.
Sorry.
That was
think
fun.
I think you're
You
next.
want to
I'll
answer?
say the same
Say the
because I
same?
like that answer.
Say ditto.
Because I was just like, Luffy's a kid. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just give him a little kiss on the forehead.
Don't marry Goku. Look what Chi-Chi goes through. I mean, like, come on.
That was fun, you
Don't
guys.
never marry Goku. He's just gonna die and leave you with some kid. Like I'm wearing Gohan. I'm wearing Gohan right now. Look at all he's been through. Think about who Gohan would be if he had a stable father at home.
Hey, all of you know Goku died to save Gohan's life both times.
Yes, just because he was a good father when he did it doesn't mean he was there.
Did you?
When he needed him most, he vanished. He's the Avatar. Draw that crossover too.
Did you know that Sean Schemmel directed me in Nana 7 of 7 as Melody Honey? No, I loved working with Sean because Sean was just like one of those directors that was like, yeah, bigger. You know what I mean? Like, I love working with someone who's not going to hold me back and who's going to encourage me to be even more out there. And that's what it's like working with Sean. Loved that experience. And Veronica Taylor was like amazing in that. She played 7 different personalities, 7 different versions of herself. Did you see that? She's incredible in that. I was just like, and Sean had to track all of that for her. He's such a good director.
Well, they've been asking Sean to just keep screaming and screaming for all this. Yeah, so I'm sure he's used to the more and more and all that. Yeah.
I think he fainted
More is
once.
more. Yes.
He's fainted, I think,
He
twice.
did pass out, right? Yeah, as Goku. He passed out in the booth from like
Oh
screaming.
my gosh. There was a rule at 4 Kids though when he was there. And it was a no, you can't take off your shoes or your shirt.
This is a fast
I think
food?
he was the one who was taking off his shoes all the time.
That's what Goku does. I mean, the weighted clothing. Maybe he was just getting in the zone.
Listen,
you know?
it's good. Like they tell us as actors when you're studying in theater and stuff, take off your shoes, get closer to the earth. Like because there's something that grounds you. You know what I mean? But yeah.
There's Febreze in acting studios often.
Okay. Anyway,
Go ahead.
question. Have you seen live action One Piece and what do you think of it?
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, did you watch it?
You
I
haven't seen it yet? Oh my gosh.
Sorry. It looks cool. It looks cool. I'll
It
have to
looks
catch
cool,
up.
right? Yeah. I watched it, all of it, with my son and my husband, and we were 3 for 3. We absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. We loved it so much that I was like, I knew that I'm an actor. I was like, oh, we're on strike right now. This is bad. This means I'm not going to get season 2 for a very long time. So strategically, I told them we had to wait once every 2 weeks to watch the next episode. And they were like, are you kidding me? My husband was not reactive, but my son was like, Mom. But it was good. We made it last. You know what I mean? And I've actually gotten to meet, I told a lot of you, I got to meet live action Chef Zeph and live action Mihawk. And I'm going to be meeting young Luffy in the near future. And they were both amazing guys. And one of them was like their character and one of them was not. So, and they're both awesome dudes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's great. All right. Anybody else want to come up, ask a question, everything like that? We got a little
10
bit more
minutes
time.
left.
We do have more time. We can just hang out. We can chill. We can keep thinking of different things to turn into Pokemon. If you want to keep asking, go ahead. Yeah.
Keith?
Yeah. Ask. Okay. Who is Keith? That's my question.
Why is Keith?
Okay, so you both voiced Nurse Joy at different times. Did you ever have to kind of talk to each other and how this person did it or
Compare notes.
Gotcha, yeah.
comparing notes?
Yeah, I
What was
probably
your
just
experience?
listen. Oh, God. See, I don't
When
know.
you first took
At the time, I
over.
didn't know if it was like you or Eileen or.
Might have been me. You might
it
have
might
been
have
right
been you.
after me, I think.
And I was just trying to follow Erica.
Yeah, I think they do ask us. I don't know. I know with us too. I think we were asked to follow the inspiration. Not exactly right, but being very much inspired by. But I think after us, it was a little more loose.
Right.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took over for Megan because Megan moved to Los Angeles, and at that point there was no remote work. So if you leave and you go to another city, she had to give up her parts, which was so sad. But I didn't meet Megan until in person until 2021. But should we tell them about what we did during COVID?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was Megan's idea. It was really amazing. We did a fundraiser for AmeriCares for the nurses. Yeah, so all the nurse joys got together. We had this beautiful print commissioned with all of our different styled Pokemon, but the only problem is like not all of us got the memo, or we signed on top of the wrong nurse joys. I don't know. We were just like, I was like, oh no. But and then we auctioned. We didn't auction them off. They were like $200 because it was like we really wanted to raise a lot of money, but it was really special.
Were there six on there?
I think there were six or seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we got to all talk on Zoom about the project, and like we really got to connect. You know, it was the first time all the nurse joys got to like see each other.
I drove to your house to pick them up.
Yes, that's what it was. I was like, what? Yeah, what was the time when you drove to my house?
Well, don't mail them. I'll just drive. But I can't remember if I wore like a mask or something. I didn't come in your house because it was like in the middle of COVID.
It was.
All right, I won't come in. I'll just stand right here.
You were so sweet. That was awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. That was a great question.
Hello again.
Hello.
Howdy.
Erica, I did have another thing I wanted to ask you yesterday at the Sonic panel, but I didn't get a chance. You were the first voice actor for Blaze the Cat. Okay, Erica, I really got to ask, how do you feel that you were the first voice actress for easily the most badass girl in the entire Sonic the Hedgehog franchise?
Oh, thank you. I feel great. It was awesome. It's so funny that you said that because my amazing handler, Jazz, my assistant, she's so incredible. She gets to hear me say some of the same things over and over again. But it was really interesting because this con was a very big Blaze con and a very big Akiza con. And a lot of people, I think, that connect with Blaze also connect with Akiza.
They are both awesome in their retrospective series. Let's face it, Akiza's the only female Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist who can really handle herself.
You know, it's funny, people have asked me of my Valentine and Akiza who would win in a duel. And I've been asked that a few times, and usually I refuse to answer, but it's Akiza.
Hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, do I really need to say anything about all the girls from Arc V and Zexal?
I don't think anybody knows. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you again.
Thank you.
This is a question for all three of you. If you actually found the One Piece, what would you do with it?
Throw it out.
What would I do with it?
I'm evil Keith.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like so many people would be trying to steal it from me, so I'd just be running for the rest of my life.
Just leave it hidden. Just like, all right, it's there. I'm gonna leave it there.
I'd be on the run.
I'd be on the run
Change
with
my
Michelle.
name. Like
You like open the door, you just close it. You're like, nah, this should stay
Listen,
here.
I use an alias.
It's one of those things that would have to go in a museum eventually.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Mona Lisa. Whatever it is, if
in a
it's
museum.
tangible, if it's a tangible thing,
Callista.
it would have to be in a museum and, guarded by who would be guarding it?
Onyx.
Right?
Goku. They need the money.
I don't know.
It would be at the Louvre.
Yeah, they do.
I think they should put it at the Louvre next to the Mona Lisa. That's where it would be. Because the
great.
most guarded piece in all of history would then become the One Piece instead of the Mona Lisa.
Gotcha. All right,
Good question. I love it.
Fan art, again, you guys have so much to work with.
I asked this at a different panel. If all three of you were on a deserted island, who's surviving?
Who would survive
Yes.
on the island?
Yes.
The three of us.
Yeah, the three of you. If all of you were on a deserted island, who's surviving?
I would do everything in my power to make sure we all did.
If Keith was, aww,
Thank you.
I was gonna have a really sick answer. I was gonna say if Keith was
surviving.
Chef Zeph, then we would slowly eat him alive, probably.
You wouldn't make me like an ice cream Pokemon? You wouldn't want one of them on a
You would
deserted
definitely
island?
lose your leg first.
Yeah.
If we were going by the live action version.
I'm gonna bring a team of 6 food Pokemon that I can eat on the plane. It's great. You just throw them out. There's a meal.
I don't know. Michelle, what's your answer?
Oh my God. I like that answer. I try to make sure that everybody is okay.
I do think we'd probably all die at the same time.
I would rather
protecting each other.
just try to fish instead of eat people.
Get the fishing rod, get a couple magic carps, cook them
Why
up.
did I go to the darkest place? I was just like,
it's fun.
We'll all become cannibals.
Also, if all three of you had like a Pokemon, which one would it be?
If I had one?
Like if you had like a companion Pokemon.
I'm amazed I'm getting
Like
questions.
IRL?
Yeah.
Piplup. I want a penguin
I love
in real
Piplup.
life. I would love a penguin in real life.
That's funny
It's a
because
pet.
mine's Chimchar. He's my favorite starter. Yeah,
I think. Oh yeah, Chimchar. I think it would have to be Eevee because then I can be all of the evolutions.
I would have Yamper. I love corgis.
Yeah.
Yamper?
Yeah.
Aww. I love the way that Tara voices Yamper. It's hilarious. That one in oh my gosh, Lisa as Oshawott kills me
I love
every
Oshawott,
time.
too.
Every time I hear Oshawott, I'm giggling.
Yeah.
Like,
Oshawawa.
exactly.
Yes.
I still have my
Thank
Infernape
you
on
for
my
the fun
copy of Pokemon
questions.
Platinum. It's in my DS at my parents' house somewhere. It's the same one.
Hello again. How are
Start
you?
us off.
All right, so like, we know that Wawabo is a 3-stage evolution, clearly, right? Like, clearly, right? Like, think about it. It's got to be a water tower, right? That's what it
Yes.
evolves into.
A water tower?
Yes, a water
What
tower.
are
What if it
one of
starts off
those
as like
empty
a-
Call it an
ones?
onyx.
One of those empty ones. That,
What would
that,
the
like,
water tower be called?
What would it be called? Yeah, I don't know. I have no
Wawa
idea.
Tower.
I don't know, man. I'm not
Wawa
the Pokedex
Tower?
guy, you know?
Taranawa.
Watawa, and Watawa would be like, we'd have to create the sound of like a wave, like instead of exploding. Watawa? That would be hard because you can't really voice that. That's like,
It sounds like hawking up a
No, you're like
loogie.
Bruce Lee. You must be like water. Be like water.
Good, man.
loogies, that's the...
I love that you go
Watawa loogie.
water bottle, gallon, tower. Like,
mean,
Water tower.
there's not like a
that's how it goes,
There's
right?
not like a super soaker after that
Totally.
we can like a water fountain. That's a smaller. That's
Well,
a
I mean,
If you
that's how
draw
Tyranitar
Watawa,
goes, right? It's like little guy,
will you,
then a mountain.
will you tag us so we can see it? We want to see. Okay,
do it.
I definitely
Whoever
wanna
drew the
see
one
it.
earlier too, get on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then that'll be the new Wawa. We'll have that in the front of their. That'll be their new advertisement.
I have a very important question for the both of you. How did you get to be so awesome?
Aww.
Well, that-
so
breathtaking.
sweet.
You're breathtaking.
I just like that he said both, so that implies I'm not
reverse.
awesome. And as
You're awesome as well.
as a
Keith.
man named Keith, I just really feel.
As a fellow K name, we have to stick by
My
each
name's
other.
not Keith. Anyway,
You're not.
Aww.
my name's Nick. Appreciate you.
I think
Anyway, go
Michelle
ahead.
started her awesomeness in the womb.
Wow.
She was voice acting in there.
You were 9 months
You know,
awesome
and
before the rest
they
of
let
us.
her out a couple weeks early because she was, yelling at the top
I was
of her
actually
lungs.
born late.
Were you born late?
I'm late for everything, which is because I could.
I love it.
I'm always late, and my mom was like, "Well, you were born late, so maybe that's why."
That's so funny. I'm always early. I named my daughter Madigan early. We wanted to name her early. My husband was like, "What if she's late all the time?" I was like, "Okay, fair point."
That
but
would be funny though.
yeah. I don't know, but you're so sweet. We think you're awesome too. Thank you. Now we have to go to Awesome Con next.
Yeah. All right.
Prerequisite.
Last question.
All right. Not only do I think you guys are really awesome and cool, but another really important question. Okay, so say you guys did find the One Piece. Do you think it's edible? And if so, what would it taste
What,
like?
like it's one piece of chocolate? Like,
Yeah.
it's a.
I sometimes
I'm just
say
saying,
it's
I mean-
one piece of cake. Yeah.
I mean, no one's
piece
found
of
the One
cake.
Piece. So, I mean, and Luffy does eat a
Edible.
lot.
Oh,
I can't wait
geez.
to find out what it is.
Yeah, but that
Well, it
also
depends on what state
so
it's
long.
found. Waka waka.
But if you eat it, eventually you'll have to, like, it'll come back. Remember, like,
But it has to be something that transforms you into
I was
something
thinking
else if it's
mango.
an edible.
a fruit. I mean, everybody eats weird things there, and then they turn to rubber and stuff in this
Right.
universe.
It's one of the devil
So,
fruits,
Eat the
right?
treasure, you turn to gold.
Yeah, my limbs start falling off. You were saying that's kind of weird.
It creates world peace. It's it's the devil fruit, and when you eat it, you become a deity, and that becomes the person that the being that creates world peace.
Fan artists.
How does that
get on
sound?
this.
Wow, I like it.
It works, right?
Yeah. All right, Erica.
And it's female. I'm just
Erica, Michelle, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us for this last hour. Let's go around.
Thank
applause.
you guys.